Andrew Tucker, and welcome to Andrew Tucker World. What's going on, all my great people? What's going on, all my boxing fans? Yeah, y'all see it on the screen. The return of Deontay Wilder. You know, hey, Deontay Wilder want that smoke, man. He ready to step back in the ring. He ready to fight. You know what I mean? He's ready to get back in the ring. He's ready to fight. I come across an article. Deontay Wilder is targeting the winner of Oleksandr Usyk versus Anthony Joshua 2, as the Bronze Bomber plots an imminent return to the ring with a long-awaited UK showdown against AJ, the desired choice. So I'm coming across this article. You know what I mean? I'm coming across this article. Deontay Wilder is targeting the winner of Oleksandr Usyk versus Anthony Joshua 2. The heavyweight pair will square off once again in Saudi Arabia on August the 20th, and that's Joshua versus Usyk. Wilder has not fought since suffering a pair of stoppage defeats to Tyson Fury. Manager Shelly Finkel admits Fury will have the first shot at the rematch winner. He also rules out the possibility of a fight against British veteran Derek Chisora. So I come across this article. You know what I mean? I would love to see a fight with with Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora. I would love to see that fight stylistically. I think that's an entertaining fight. I think that's a war. I think Derek Chisora, his style, you know what I'm saying, will oppose pretty much. Would give Deontay Wilder some problems, and he also opposed. He could be a threat in a way. You know what I mean? Because he has knockout, he has punching power. He's a dangerous inside fighter, a technical brawler. You know what I'm saying? Somewhat of a boxer puncher. You know, and like I say, but Deontay Wilder got that equalizer. You know, he's somewhat of a counter puncher as well, but he's more of a technical brawler. You know what I mean? And a knockout artist. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I think that's a good fight stylistically. You know what I mean? But you know, we talked about Robert Helenius. Let me read a little bit more of this article. Deontay Wilder is targeting the winner of the eagerly anticipated rematch between Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk as he plots an imminent return to the ring. The Bronze Bomber has been out of action since suffering a pair of brutal stoppage defeats to the WBC champion Tyson Fury, most recently in October last year. With the American now seemingly set to embark on a new title hunt. The top end of the heavyweight division is currently in limbo, awaiting the result of the blockbuster rematch between Joshua and Usyk on August the 20th in Saudi Arabia. So I'm coming across this article. Wilder would likely significantly drop his level of opposition upon his return, with boxing promoter Frank Warren recently telling TalkSports that he's heard an October matchup against Robert Helenius is in the works. So I guess a stay busy fight to see where he's at mentally and physically. You know, I think that's a tough fight as well. Robert Helenius, a tough, dangerous boxer puncher. I think that's a tough fight, you know what I'm saying, against the veteran Robert Helenius. You know what I'm saying? And I think that stylistically, that's an entertaining match. I don't know why I feel Deontay Wilder can win that fight. You know, but it's also a tough and dangerous fight for Deontay Wilder. You know, but I think he can win that fight. You know, maybe by late round. Maybe 8th, 9th, mid, maybe late round technical knockout. But like I say, it's a tough fight. You never know what goes on and what happens in the ring. You never know what happens when two fighters step in the ring. You never know. You know, your favorite fighter could lose. You know what I'm saying? The favorite going in the fight could lose. So I don't know. Like, that's a very challenging and competitive fight. I think the Derek Chisora is a tough fight. Wilder, I lean towards Wilder in that fight, but Derek Chisora is a tough fight. Robert Helenius is a tough fight. I lean towards Wilder in that fight as well. But those are tough and dangerous fights, and those are the type of fights that he need coming back, stepping back in the ring. One of those keep busy fight. One of those. You know, I ain't gonna say a tune-up, but I can't say a tune-up because both of those guys are dangerous. Robert Helenius and Derek Chisora. Much love and respect to all the fighters that step in the ring to put their life on the line for our entertainment, and all the gladiators and all the warriors. So those are tough fights for Deontay Wilder, just to see where he's at. But I think that he's ready to step back in the ring. I think he would train hard. I think he will come back and do what he can do. You know what I mean? You know, he's starting to get up in age a little bit. 36 years old, to be 37 years old this year, coming up probably in the next few months. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know, but like at the end of the day, we're gonna see where he's at. You know, going up against those type of guys, we'll see where he's at. We'll see where he's at. You know what I mean? Because he would have to be ready and have to be prepared, stepping in there, in the ring with the likes of a Usyk or Anthony Joshua, the winner of that fight. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, stylistically, all these are great fights. The article also goes on to say the 36-year-old knockout artist would put himself right back in the heavyweight mix with a victory. However, and his manager Shelly Finkel has outlined their intentions to fight the division's elites once more. So, according to Shelly Finkel and Deontay Wilder, I guess, you know, in the Team Wilder, you know, they talking about fighting the best. They talking about getting in there. You know what I mean? I guess Wilder wants to be unified champion or become undisputed champion. You know what I mean? I guess he really is now. It's now about legacy. I think it's also, you know, I think the money. The money he also wants. He also wants the big paydays as well. Of course, I think that comes first. But second, I think legacy. I think he wants the big fights. I think he wants to be great. I think he want to step back in there and you know, he want to solidify his legacy by becoming undisputed, unified, then undisputed. You know what I mean? Winning, you know, and get against the big guy, the top names. You know what I mean? He's had like he went to war with Tyson Fury 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So those were tough fights. You know what I mean? You know, Louis King Kong Ortiz, he went to war with him twice. You know what I mean? And certain other fighters, you know what I mean, that were pretty tough. You know, so I can just say Louis King Kong Ortiz and Tyson Fury was as tough. Was those step up fights to really challenge him and see where he's at. You know what I mean? Like proving himself against the best. You know what I mean? But Tyson Fury is that top guy. You know what I mean? You know, based on skill. You know, as far as that's one of those pure boxer punchers and dangerous fighters. You know what I'm saying? With skills and so fundamentally sound, superior pure boxer puncher. You know, and Tyson Fury. And he came up short in those fights. You know what I mean? But he wants to prove himself against the other top names, the other top fighters. You know what I mean? So respect to Deontay Wilder. So it goes on to say, the list is a huge showdown against either, and we talking about Shelly Finkel and Deontay Wilder as far as the fights that they're looking forward to, the fighters they're looking forward to fighting, and they're looking the fighters that Shelly Finkel and Deontay Wilder is looking to fight. Of course, it's the big names in the sport, and it's the champions. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, like the other top fighters. You know what I'm saying? So it goes on to say the top of the list is a huge showdown against either Joshua or Usyk. Though Finkel acknowledges Fury will get the first shot at the winner should he opt to fight again. Maybe the winner of Usyk and Joshua. Finkel told Planet Sport when asked who Wilder could fight. I don't know what Fury is doing. Maybe if Joshua wins, it's a huge fight in the UK between AJ and Wilder, and that's a fight a lot of people want to see. That's a big fight, a massive event. That would be a massive event, a big fight either in the US or the United Kingdom or the United States of America. It don't matter where that fight is being held at. It's a big fight. You know what I'm saying? That is a massive fight. You know, a big fight. It's still a big fight, especially if Wilder was to bounce back, get a win over Robert Helenius or the likes of you know, maybe the likes of Derek Chisora or a Robert Helenius and win in spectacular fashion, or win with a devastating knockout. It's a really good look for Deontay Wilder. Put him in position to, you know, most definitely maybe, you know, probably get that fight. You know what I'm saying, between either Usyk or Joshua, the winner of that fight. You know what I mean? But like, at the end of the day, you know, these guys, the Deontay Wilder wants to prove himself once again. He wants to prove himself. He wants to. He feels that he has a lot more left he has enough, or you could say enough left to go in there, compete with these guys. He feels that he can beat these guys and go on to be great. He still has that chance. He still has that opportunity. He's still a top heavyweight. And respect to him to wanting to step back in the ring and prove himself. You know what I mean? But yeah, you guys, what I'm saying, like, listen, these are tough fights. Wilder got some tough fights on his hands, and we're gonna see how everything plays out. Whoever is next for Wilder, I like all the guys that I just mentioned. All those fights are tough. Whether it's a Robert Helenius or the Derek Chisora, until he's able to get the winner. Get past those certain fighters or whoever they put in front of him next. Of course, Fury. If Fury decides to come back, of course Fury will get the first shot at either Usyk or Joshua for undisputed, and then Deontay Wilder might be that guy up next. You know what I'm saying? You had other fighters like Joe Joyce that could be a mandatory for winning those belts and things of that nature. But you guys let me know how you feel about Deontay Wilder coming back, stepping back in the ring, and wanting to fight the winner of Usyk and Joshua. And how would you see a fight, between him and Robert Helenius, or maybe a Derek Chisora playing? How you see that? How you see those type of fights go? And who you think wins those fights against Deontay Wilder? And how you see those fights playing out? But like I said, you read the article. Like Team Wilder, Shelly Finkel, and Wilder, they're looking for the big fights. They're looking for either the Usyk, the winner between Joshua, and that's what they're really looking forward to. The winner of Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk. They looking for the big fight. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, I would love to see Wilder face the winner. And if I want that winner to really be Joshua, because that's the fight I really want to see, Joshua and Wilder. Don't mind seeing Usyk and Wilder or Joshua and Wilder. That's a big fight right there. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. Andrew Tucker World, I'm out. Much love and respect.